we've looked at ways you can encourage your parents on preparing well for their retirement years, including finances and the fact that their needs will change through retirement. Now, let's look at the final topic of estate planning. I'm Kirsten Hark, the Director of Life Planning at Freedom Street Partners. Estate planning can be a sensitive topic. It reminds us of death. That's unpleasant. And for some, this topic stirs disagreement. In the first video, we talked about the importance of a last will and testament, the legal document describing how your parents wish to pass their remaining estate, whether family or friends or charities. For some families, this can get complicated. What if there's a prior marriage? There might be children from current and prior relationships. It just stirs family disagreements, and ultimately, it's your parents who decide how to pass their remaining property, not pressure from others. So, a last will and testament can do the job for some, but an attorney might recommend a living trust in cases where complex arrangements might prevail. A trust document is also private in that it would not become public record as a last will and testament does. So, by now we're adding up some major potential accomplishments. We've identified assets for your parents' estate, prepared for various needs for their retirement years, including longevity planning, and completed or updated will or trust documents. Now, let's button up the details. For powers of attorney and trustees, designated persons need to know how they have been designated. They need to understand their commitment to serve your parents at times when these powers are needed. If a selected person's not up to fulfilling that commitment, discover that right away so changes can be made. For example, if your nearby aunt is disorganized and doesn't have time, she might not be the best designee to serve as your parents' financial power of attorney. But maybe she's the ideal person to designate for the care of their pet. Assets. Review everything from account ownership, beneficiaries, everything. Arrangements must match the plans that are laid out in the will or trust. Hopefully, your attorney and financial advisor are working with you here. And then property. Gather titles and loans on real estates, boat, RV, and other vehicles. Your tangibles, collections, jewelry, other items. Locate and chart how these pass to next of kin. Like my dad, who really wanted me to have his Remington shotgun. It's a lot of details to organize, right? But it's important. It's well worth the effort. And the professionals that you have engaged, they can work together and help you and your parents through this. At Freedom Street Partners, we have an online resource to help organize all of these details. It's called EverPlans. Through EverPlans, we can create a secure online account for a client and work with them to collect important documents and information all in one secured digital estate. For your parents, this would include personal information and IDs, like their driver's license, home and property details, their vehicles, storage facilities, safe deposit box, and wherever that key is, financial, credit cards, loans, pension, military benefits. Hopefully you have an advisor who already helps with those details. Legal, information on their attorney, their tax preparer, a copy of their will, powers of attorney, and trust documents. Health, their doctor's information, their medical records, their medications, allergies. There's a place for family and friend information. How would you contact their neighbors? Do you have information on their friends from church? And aging, care providers, long-term care insurance, elder care, living preferences, and finances. And of course, a section for funeral and obituary preferences, even mementos like family recipes, photos, other memorializations. We can help the family gather and populate details as they have them, or we can pass the responsibility to a designated family archivist. The EverPlan digital estate can also be printed. This makes it convenient to meet annually with your parents and review the details together for changes and updates. However you decide to talk with your parents, consider involving a financial advisor or engage their current advisor who can join forces with you in organizing and planning out the relevant aspects of your parents' future needs. I engaged with my parents years ago over our holidays together for this very purpose, and we are so glad we took the time to work through their plans. Touch base if I or our team at Freedom Street can be of service to you and your parents.